Due to the lack of Innovation Way East, obviously the interchange is probably on hold for a while. One of the new things that, as you probably know, and you may have even taken here tonight, is Road E. Road E is looking to keep many hopefully vehicles quicker and getting them there rapidly from what it used to be, going all the way down Alafaya Trail to getting on the 528. Something would be with the 520, with Alafaya Trail, the expansion. And I think something else that we need to do is, in these economic times, we don't have the roads or the infrastructure to keep approving these developments. So until we do, I think you need to be smart about the growth and not approve projects like Camino Real and Innovation Way East, even though we know they'll be back again in a couple of years. We've got to wait till the economy changes. Everybody talks about an independent funding source for transportation. I think those words are used a little too loosely. You hear, even at the budget hearings yesterday for the county, you hear, let's add a $2 surcharge fee for links. Let's add a tourist tax or a tourist surcharge for commuter rail. We have to still keep everything affordable, and I don't believe in just keep doing these independent funding sources for everything. So we have to look at different ways, and we need to start charging transportation impact fees, I think, especially if developers want to keep developing. Thank you.
Well, let me share with you, because along Alafaya Trail, with the exception of Avalon Park, which is not fully built out, and a parcel across the street at the intersection, which they have yet to fully determine what is going to go there. The developer has yet to determine and put it up in front of the board lately. It's pretty much built out. The timetable for the widening portion of Alafaya, which essentially the way that it was originally funded is that developers paid their transportation impact fees. The money is put into a pot. They're given credits. They built their pieces, and then lo and behold, the county went back to the developers and said, "Okay, we're ready for the money, so we can build this road." And guess what? The market had tanked, and there was no money. And so, for those of us that live out along Alafaya Trail, we've really been left kind of fighting for getting this road widened. And especially for those of us that took Road E tonight, you know that it took your commute probably to this location from an hour to about 20 minutes. So, long story short on Alafaya Trail is that the timetable is they've gone through all of the process, they're about to send it out to bid, and the note that I got from the county this week, 2 days ago I believe, is that Alafaya will be up for construction ready by the end of the year. Now, I'm sure it'll come up in a question later on tonight, is that, how do you feel about Innovation Way East? Well, I put it out there to the Sentinel, to Ms. Arnold when you asked me, to Colonel Bruce when you asked me. But the fact is, I was a conditional yes vote. Because as it relates to transportation, and I can explain what my conditions were, but as it relates to transportation, that developer was going to do two things. They were going to put $15 million into an innovation fund for job creation, and they were going to pay their portion of an interchange. The Expressway Authority has since said that that portion of the interchange, since it's not there, they're looking to repurpose that money.
I would just say anyone who has traveled Alafaya Trail or Narcoossee Road knows that those developments were not well thought out. I mean, if the developer did not pay their fair share, then there's some issues there, and that's the same issue I think some of us saw with Innovation Way East. The promise of fully paying for the infrastructure, $500 million, I don't believe would have been reasonable for anybody to pay at this day and time. The interchange, if it is absolutely necessary to have that interchange, it is absolutely critical for this community to have that interchange. To me, I believe the Expressway Authority could come up with $10 million to build that interchange. They could get the money through bonding, they could get the money through the innovation or the American Recovery Act dollars. There's money that the county has to do projects. Regardless of how you feel about that money for public works projects, it's a good expenditure of funds. It does put people to work to move traffic. So if that is indeed an interchange that is critical to this community, I believe that $10 million could be found to do it, because in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot of money to move traffic. The payments, and what I would submit is that we need to be a smarter board in the future. And the developments that have happened are one of the reasons that we're facing with the Amendment 4, the folks that want to place all these changes and all these decisions to the voters. And if county commissioners do the right thing, and if they stick to their comp plans, if they stick to the promises, and this is a critical part of the promises they made to the residents, especially in East Orange County, the residents in Lake Mary Jane. There was promises made through Innovation Way that there was a corridor that would be there to build jobs, to build homes, to build businesses, to create jobs, and that the wildlife would still be protected, that the urban service boundaries would not be expanded, would not cross the econ. All those things have been in jeopardy. So let's continue to do smart growth. Let's not build developments where we don't have the money to build the roads, and let's not take promises that won't be.
Thank you. It's amazing to know that when they built Avalon Park, they didn't expect they were going to build that many homes and that many businesses. Were they making smart decisions when they started? You know, we knew how many houses were going to be built. We knew in front of the county commission, like Mr. Edwards said, it didn't make sense. A 2-lane road for all that housing and all that business going there, and now to have those residents stuck there, being literally stuck there because there's no other option, because of this exchange that they're opening. And you talk about the Innovation Way project. What were we willing to sacrifice for this? What were we willing to say, we'll give you so that we can have? We have to make smarter choices when we're going forward. I always say, how do we not visualize going forward? We have to visualize better, and we have to have better accountability when it comes to what we're building. And when it comes with what we're sacrificing, whether it's jobs or the exchange, at what point are we giving away our wildlife? At what point are we sacrificing our land in the current housing market that's going on? I would like to see Innovation with the Alafaya Trail helped, but there's no money now. There's no money now, and raising taxes is not an option. So again, if it's a have-to for this exchange, there is money available. There are bonds that we could do, but sadly, there's no money in Orange County government right now for transportation funds. We are tapped out.